Steve, you started the game very well, but it seemed to fizzle out in the second half.
Well, unfortunately for me, it fizzled out too drastically. And for however we were good in the first half, in particular, the same thing happened at West Ham. We were good last week. But we have to simply stop gifting people goals like we have done again today. And at this level, just before half-time, we've made a mistake, an individual mistake, which they score from. Up until then, I thought we were the better team. And then second half, we've made a catalogue of errors for the second goal. And the one thing you need after that is then to show a bit of resilience and a bit of more determination to try and rectify the situation. And if we're going to be honest, after the second goal went in, it turned into one of those horrible afternoons which we all could do without.
Was it a lack of fight, or?
You can say a lack of fight, but I think it's the individual error. I mean, for the second goal in particular, we must have made 5 mistakes. And when you're playing against the likes of a Newcastle or any Premier League team, you're going to get punished and make it a difficult afternoon for you. After the second goal getting in, I've got everybody on the pitch who I think can try and score a goal. So I've got forward-thinking players because we're trying to get back into it. But in the end, it turned into one of those awful afternoons which we don't want to see.
You had your chances, though.
Well, that is the glimmer of hope that we've got at the moment. We've created more chances today. Certainly, we need to take them though. And at this level, I've said repeatedly how often it's important to score a goal. And we've had 1 or 2, 3 opportunities before Newcastle did. If we take one of them chances, then it's a different story. We know, I think the percentage rate is like you score first in the Premier League and you go on to, I think 85%, the team goes on to win it. So we know how important it is to try and get that first goal.
What was your take on the handball just before half-time?
Well, look, we're struggling at the moment. But thankfully, the linesman and the referee, they got it right. And for how much we're struggling, certainly we don't want to be seeing goals scored like that, which I think it's a reaction rather than cheating, I have to tell you. We've all done it as players, stick your arm up and get a touch on it. But thankfully, as I've said, the referee and the linesman and the fourth official, who I think played the biggest part in it, because I don't think the linesman gave it, I don't think the referee, so fair play to the fourth official. He stepped in and got the right decision. And for however much we are struggling a bit at the moment, we don't really want to try and score a goal like that.
A difficult spell at the moment. You had some of your injured players back today. Now that you've got those players back here,
well, it's important that they stay fit. It's important that they stay fit because I've seen enough in the first half in particular to show that we had a bit more threat in front of goal. We have to stop these mistakes what we're making. Last week at West Ham, we've gifted them the first goal. We've gifted them the second one, and we've done, no matter how well we play and how what we've done, you can't have individual error like we've had today.
As a manager, you've been through this before. Is this when you have to draw?
I earn your money. I earn your money certainly now, and also it's my job to try and lift people who are a bit shell-shocked today, in particular, to wake up a bit to that we're in serious trouble, and we have to find the bit of form that the big players who showed for us last year, in particular, and bring that form back. And that's the challenge we all have ahead of us.
And a big result against Manchester City could just...
Well, we couldn't have wished for a more difficult one. What a question that is. We couldn't wish for a more difficult one, but there you go. We're going to Man City, and that's what this Premier League's about. You play big teams, good teams. The one thing we'll have to do is play well and eradicate the silly mistakes.
Endoy, you've agreed a fee?
Endoy, the fee's agreed, but there's still a lot of work to be done. And that goes for Aaron Lennon too. But we hope that we can bring the pair of them in. They would certainly add to the squad. But even if we don't, I'm still confident that the squad we've got can avoid going back into the Championship and staying in this Premier League.
Is that the only business you expect to do before Monday's deadline?
Yeah. What's holding the deals up for both players? Let's do with Lennon first.
They're both is up to the players themselves, and I have to say, with the position we're in at the moment, we're not really endearing ourselves at the moment, are we? You know, we're in the bottom three, so it's up to the two players.